Welcome back to Heretic Wargaming. Today we have Carlos. Hi, Carlos. So me and Carlos did try to get a game in last week. The game ended up going not that long, and so we couldn't finish our game. So we decided, hey, this weekend we'll come in and we'll actually get a full game in when the store opens. So today we have Demons versus Tyranids. So we'll go over the list here in a minute. So I'll go ahead and start with the Demons real quick. We'll talk about them. So this list is a double battalion plus a supreme command of 1,000 Suns. So we'll start with the Nurgle battalion. It is a Nurgle demon prince with a Hellforged sword and wings, obviously, with a Sloppity Biopiper. We've got 3 Nurglings and 2 units of 29 Plague Bearers. Now, I did forget one at home, so I talked to Carlos because he's got a few proxies, and this guy's proxying and standing in for the 29th guy in this squad. So. Then over here for the 2nd battalion, so these, I actually, problem with moving, right? I packed up all my Brimstone Horrors, so I didn't have any. So I brought in 10 Zangors to stand in as the Brimstones. Yes, I know they're bigger. He tactically will have a better advantage because he'll be able to see them easier, but, you know, it is what it is. I forgot the models. I have the Contorted Epitome, and then I have a Changecaster, 27 Horrors, and 20 Bloodletters with the banner. So, and then over here we have the Supreme Command of Tzeentch, or 1,000 Suns. We've got Ahriman without the disc. We've got a Terminator Lord with the Familiar, and a Demon Prince of Tzeentch with double claws. Oh, and this is my Khorne Demon Prince with the Skull Reaver Axe. So he's actually part of this battalion too. And so that is a total of 2,000 points. I only have 3 points in reserve, so I can't do the shenanigans with splitting, but I also, I packed up the blue horrors too, so I actually did that on purpose. Because I didn't want to get the game all confused with me putting a horror back in or whatever. So, yeah, let's go over to Carlos and his Tyranids. You got Carlos.
Alright, so I also brought 2 battalions, but so just 2 battalions. For first battalion, I have my Flyrant and my Neurothrope, and for my troops, I got 3 units of 10 Termagants. They're not really the bulk of the army.
What Hive Fleet are they?
Those are Chronos, because they're going to run with these 2 units of 4 Hive Guard.
Okay.
And they're going to run with their heavy support of 2 DAC effects.
Alright, so just so y'all know, this one has double Devours, right?
Yep.
This Flyrant, and then those Carnifexes also have double Devours. So.
Yep. And then I'm proxying the Stormlord as another Flyrant, so this one's going to have just Scything Talons. These 2 are my HQs for my Kraken battalion.
Okay.
And they're going to run with 2 units of 20 Genestealers and a unit of 10 Hormagaunts.
Yeah. And so this one, like you said, also has double DACA, and then that one.
Just Scything Talons.
Yeah, Scything Talons, which he does have another one to build. He just hasn't gotten around to it. So that is 2,000 points of Tyranids. This is going to be a lot of fun. Tyranids versus Demons.
A lot of dead bodies on the board.
A lot of dead bodies. So, yeah, we'll show you guys the list, and we will go to deployment. Alrighty, so we have deployed. So as you guys can see, the demons, and I'm down to 8 CP because of everything I've used. So the demons are on a big battle line right here. The Skull Reaver Prince is over here. Pretty much blob of characters in the back there. Don't worry, I won't get them. And then over here, you have all of the Genestealers. So there's all of his Genestealers there, and then in the back, he's kind of spread out all of the various types of gaunts. He has 1 Hive Tyrant and Deep Strike. So, and then for the demons, I actually Deep Struck the 27 horrors and the 20 bloodletters. So he gets the +1 to his roll. So yeah, What do I get? I got 5.
You know, I totally forgot that I had to roll for this, and that I just didn't automatically.
You just thought you automatically got it? No, that's the other missions. What did you get? A 1. All right. I take it you want to seize? All right. Ooh, he felt out the dice. No, another 1.
That's how the day's gonna go. That's how the whole day is gonna go now.
All right, Carlos. Good luck, buddy. All right, so the end of the Demon's turn 1. Really nothing much happened. I actually failed to cast Miasma Pestilence with 2 rerolls because it was a 1 and a 2. I rerolled a 1 into a 2, and then I used CP to reroll the 2 into a 1. So, yeah. Y'all figure out the math on that, because that should have probably not happened. Other than that, I did get, Phantasmagoria went off, Weaver of Fates, and Glamour, and then everything else was out. Oh, and I Perils on the Demon Prince for 1 damage. So,
you were rolling ones.
Yeah. Stop rubbing it in. You're over there rubbing it in. So,
I rolled double.
but I got 1 point. So Carlos is gonna sit here and talk shit, and yeah, we'll see what happens at the end of Tyranids turn 1. All right, so the end of Demons. You're not in camera.
This is for me.
That's for you. End of Demons turn 1. It did not go very well. He killed pretty much all the Plague Bearers in 1 charge. Now, I knew it was mostly going to happen, but dice were not my friend. And yeah, Sloppity Wildpupper did not do his job as well, and I lost even more. So right now, though, he is up 4-1 because I have yet to kill anything. However, I've now got a bunch of stuff coming in, so we will move on to the Demons turn 2. All right, so the end of the Demons, which all these Plague Bears are dead. Demons turn 2. So essentially, I have moved everything up in here, killed most of the genestealers here. He swung back, he did a couple wounds here, and 3 wounds. Yeah, 3 wounds to this Demon Prince, and 1 wound to this, or 3 wounds to that Demon Prince now. Oh crap, he's my warlord. Hold on. He has a 6-up feel no pain. That's his warlord trait.
Yeah, Heretic is
Okay, I still failed him. But anyways, I keep forgetting because he is the warlord in this list, which is unusual. Over here, the horrors blew up the genestealers, which we knew was going to happen. These 2 charged in the Hive Tyrant here and killed it. After my pile-ins and consolidation, I was actually able to get within an inch, and these guys are hugging the wall. So now I'm locked in combat with these Hive Guard. So, which is neat. That's good for me. However, he still does have his 2 Carnifexes. He still has all the Hive Guard, and he does have another Hive Tyrant that's about to come in. So we will move on to the Tyranids turn 2. Alright, so the end of the Tyranids turn 2. So he actually did a ton of damage. He was able to kill 2 Demon Princes, Sloppity, and this guy right here, plus the 10 brimstones. So he actually did a ton of damage. Now I'm getting really unlucky. I did not kill his Demon Prince, or his Hive Tyrant didn't kill me, and I didn't kill him back. Same thing, I was not able to secure those genestealers there, and yeah, so things are not going well. I still have 1 CP, he has no CP, but yeah, right now the score though is very lopsided. He's got 11 points and I've only got 4 points. So now remember, we are not counting Reaper yet. We always count that at the end of the game, so it's actually even more lopsided. Yeah, which is not good for me, but yeah, we'll see what happens on my turn. What is this, turn 3? Yeah. Alright, so the end of the Demons turn 3. I charged in with the Bloodletters. I failed pretty hard, and somehow his 4 Hive Guard hit 8 out of 8 attacks and killed a bunch of Bloodletters. So, yeah, I don't know how that happened, but it did. I lost pretty much all the Bloodletters, and they didn't kill anything. So, yeah, this game is not going well. But right now the score is...
Well, you did kill one of the Flyers.
I killed 2 units, because I killed the Genestealers too. But, yeah, that's not going well at all. So I killed 1, held 1, and it's going to be Carlos's turn. Now, the positive is I am tying up the Carnifexes, and I am tying up the Hive Guard over there. But, yeah, we'll see what happens on his turn 3. Oh, crap. Yeah, turn 3. All right, so at the end of the Tyranids turn 3, so he has slaughtered the last of the plague bearers here. Over there, the last 3 bloodletters died to a bunch of gaunts. Other than that, he did a lot of falling back. But so the big thing is that I was able to kill the last of the gaunts here, which actually gave me kill more, and I consolidated towards that. I'm not within an inch of him yet, but
do you control that, or is it contested?
It's contested. You're within. Yeah, you're within 3.
So then I actually wouldn't I hold more?
No. Oh yeah. No, actually you do hold more. So yeah, I forgot that you fell forward on that other objective. So nope. Good point. So actually you did score 3. So right now he is still slaughtering me in points. I've gotten 0 recon points all game. Yeah. Well, it's not hard. I just picked the wrong secondary against you.
Hey, at this point, if you had gangbusters, you'd have 2 more points than we do now.
I know. I should have taken gangbusters. We talked about it earlier, but yeah. Let's move on to my turn 4.
Sorry, I moved my guys.
That's fine. So end of demons turn 4. So all I really did was I killed the Neurothrope there, and I killed 3 gaunts over there.
That was my bad there. I should have made those saves.
Yeah. Should have made it. Well, yeah, you did fail like 4 saves on that guy. So, and then Sheep Paladin here. Now we've already started his turn, so they can't fall back. So pretty much they're gonna fight her. And then over here, Ahriman and the Demon Prince. I failed to kill this guy. I left him with 2 wounds. So, which is good for him because now he's got another. And it denied me my last big game hunter point. But so right now the score is 3, 6, 9. He's got 20, and I've got 4. 7. I've got 10.
So the way ITC, if you get a unit and then it splits, any points that you would get off that unit, you have to kill both of them even after they split. So you have to kill both carnifexes.
No, I know. Yeah, I could get Big Game Hunter from killing 1. They count as individual models. Big Game Hunter just says kill a model with 8 or more wounds.
I thought anything that required you to get points from anything.
The only benefit it gives you is the fact that you get 1 drop as opposed to 2.
Okay.
All right, so the end of the demons, turn 5. So I've eliminated the Hormagaunts over there with the horrors. The Contorted Epitome wiped out the rest of the Hive Guard.
Almost did it.
And then I actually charged this Carnifex, wrapped him up, and still haven't killed him. He's still sitting at 2 wounds somehow. But yeah, I scored 2 points. I scored another recon point. And yeah, let's move over to Carlos's turn 5. All right, so this is the end of the game. We just kind of played through the last few turns because there really wasn't much going on. So the end of the game ended up being 30-23 in favor of the Demons. It was a really, really close game. Carlos, thoughts? Hi, people in the back. You're on YouTube now.
Yeah, this game was it was new for me because I've never done this list before.
Yeah.
But it kind of gave me an idea on how to play it. I like it. It's the complete opposite of my usual list, which is all shooting and no melee. My heavy shooting here didn't really do much because there's no good targets. Those aren't really good targets for her. But once the hordes were gone, like I said, if I had been able to keep something alive here to hold that, pull them out of combat afterwards, and then because after all all the demons were gone, demon princes, airmen, any character really, like, it just gets ate up by the Hive Guard.
Yeah, no, it's true, and you were doing that. Once he eliminated all the plague bearers over here, because I did not drop the bloodletters till turn 3, you were able to secure what, like 2 or 3 characters that turn? Because you killed the Terminator, you killed Sloppity, and a Demon Prince? Yeah, Demon Prince Corn. So, no, that was a good point, and I really did not know how much damage Dopp Effects and Hive Tyrants could do, because between them and then the genestealers coming in, I mean, you killed almost 60 Plague Bearers in a turn, which is impressive. Yeah, oh yeah, you forgot. So he forgot. He was rolling in groups of 20, and he forgot the first 2 groups, 3 groups, to reroll as 1. So it might have maybe made a difference, like killing 1 squad a little earlier. But
well, if I killed
you wouldn't have had to.
I would have used the 3 command points to finish to go on the other.
Yeah, to fight the other squad, which would have killed them. But the 5 there did. You actually, it benefited you because later on you got an easy kill because they were still alive. Because your Hive Tyrant here was able to just mow them down, and that was like, okay, cool, I got a kill.
No, but for me, what I feel like is if these guys had gone,
yeah,
because once those guys are gone, all your characters are your free game for my genestealers.
Right, you would have piled in, I would have fallen back because they didn't really. We'll say, yeah. I mean, you could see it both ways because.
And you didn't have horrors to shoot with, and my melee out.
No, no, because you wouldn't have been able to swing on any of the characters.
I know, I would.
Yeah.
But would you have been able to bring the?
Yeah, the horrors would have came in that turn still.
Oh.
Yeah, it wouldn't have swung anything. If anything, it benefited you because now you were able to kill something later. You see what I mean? So yeah.
Still kill something that turn,
no, what it would have done was you already killed more that turn. You would have actually killed even more that turn, which did nothing for you. So later on in the game, those 5 being alive actually gave you a free kill. You know what I mean? So really, now it did make a difference because you might have not had to use 2 CP over here or 3 CP to swing again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would have used it over there.
No, but I'm saying you might have not wanted to do that over here because you would have wanted to leave them alive till later on. Because you're going to lose the genestealers one way or another. Like, you already knew that you were going to lose them, so why kill a unit that's going to die anyway? You know what I mean? So, but no, it was a really good game, and it was really close. And yeah, Daka Fexes and Daka Tyrants are. It's no joke. It's no joke.
I always win those.
Are you going to get more?
I usually would. I mean, I have more Carnifexes.
Yeah.
Like in process of stripping them, trying to take them apart because I bought them with all use.
Yeah.
So they're all built all funky.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously you got some work to do anyway. You got to put arms on your stuff.
I have a lot of stuff. I have a
Yeah.
lot of armies.
Yeah.
Not just 40k. Like I have so many. I have demons, chaos, space marines. I have lizardmen for Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Slanesh stuff for my wife.
Yeah.
Mids. I have thousands upon thousands for each army.
So much work. So much work. No, it was a good game, Carlos.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully you make it to the tournament because we're playing ITC. So, and I'll see you guys at the next battle report. So I decided to go ahead and start doing the post-game wrap-up videos that I once did. I kind of got away from it to make the videos a little shorter, but I think that they provide a good tactical insight into how I thought about the game after thinking, because usually you sit there in the car and you're thinking about the game and what you could have done and what your opponent could have done. So it was a great game with Carlos. He is a newer player. He says he doesn't get to play a lot. He has a ton of Tyranids. But he's mostly an Age of Sigmar player. But he did really well. I was really impressed by his list. I have not faced High Fleet Kronos in some time. I was used to High Fleet Kraken, the Kraken battalion that he brought. But yeah, Kronos definitely took me off guard. His list overall, I really liked it. Those dock effects are really damn good. 24 strength, 6 shots is nothing to joke about. And if they don't move, they get to reroll ones. Now, I don't know if there is a better High Fleet for them. I don't know. I think there's one that gives them Feel No Pain or something. But so maybe that might be something for Carlos to look into in the future. And obviously, he needs to get the arms and everything fixed on all of his models because he's still in the process of building them. But and yeah, Dock Effects I haven't faced them in a long enough time that I forgot how much firepower they put down. In the game, he played really, really well. Some things that he definitely made mistakes on, so he forgot the reroll ones for Scything Talons on his first set of attacks from his genestealers. Like I said, I don't know if that would have affected the game too dramatically. He thinks that it would have been a huge impact, but I don't know because I can't remember how many ones he rolled. Which our camera, that's why the GoPro wasn't used in this video, is because it ran out, I think mid round 3 or 4. So yeah, there was really no added benefit. I need to remember the battery pack. That's one thing I got to work on. I'd left it here at home. Other than that, yeah, he did well with the genestealers. He played those really well. He did well with charging in his Hive Tyrants when he needed to, and focusing down targets. So he didn't. I think there was only one time that he split shots, and that was later in the game where he shot a Demon Prince and Ahriman. And oddly enough, he didn't kill a 2-wound Demon Prince with Hive Guard, but he did kill Ahriman straight out. So, yeah, even though Ahriman had a 3-up save. So, yeah, dice happen. But, yeah, so he focused on things, and that's definitely what you want to do. Any good player is always going to tell you, don't split your shots. Don't split your shots. If something has to die, then kill it. Now, I have done it a couple times, but that was where, like, it wasn't the difference between kill more, getting my 1 kill for the turn. So, because you need to get that 1 kill per turn, right? And in the beginning, Carlos was definitely steamrolling me. He was up 20-10, I think, by turn 3. And yeah, he had secured tons and tons of secondary points. So, no, great game, Carlos. Look forward to playing you again, and look forward to seeing. Obviously, if you don't play very much, you have a natural knack to this, and I don't know if it comes from you playing Age of Sigmar a lot or what. But yeah, he did really well. Good positioning of all of his models, and I don't know if he did it on purpose, but when he put all the gaunts in the backfield there, zoning me out, and he did leave a hole for the bloodletters. So, but he did really good zoning me out for Deep Strike, and yeah, that 30-inch do mortal wounds if you fail psychic spells is absolutely brutal against psychic heavy armies. So, which is partially why I don't know if I really dig this style list, but yeah. Now onto my list, it was a tweak on the Gem Vessel style list, and that was because I've been toying with it for a while in my head. Now before Gem became big on the scene, I was playing Plague Bearers with Foul Blight spawns, so it was kind of like a mix between TJ Lanigan, Gem Vessel, and then I would run some Plague Burst Crawlers, and I still really, really like that list. I think it still has a lot of merit. It's very, very hard to kill, and it doesn't rely as heavily on psychic spells as this version of the list. So, I don't know. I still think I prefer that. I think I'm going to try like a version of TJ's list. TJ seems to play more the style that I like. And because I'm a huge fan of Foul Blight Spawn. I like Terminators because they are incredibly, incredibly hard to remove. And in this game in particular, it showed the weakness of relying on, just the Plague Bearers. Because, I mean, Carlos just destroyed all of them turn 1. Even had I given him first turn, which we'll talk about here in a second, I think he still would have gotten them all. And then on the flip side, I had no shooting, so I really missed having an element of shooting. I did have the horrors, and they did work. They did a lot of work, and I really enjoyed them. But yeah, I don't know if I like Bloodletters. I'm glad I've only bought 30 of them because this is the second time I've played them, and the second time they've done literally nothing for me. So, and I know they're a surgical strike unit. You put them in, they kill something. But it was partially it was a combination of factors, and yeah, we'll talk about that here in a minute. But as far as the list goes, like I said, I don't really dig going as psyker heavy, so I might tweak it some to get more shooting in the list. I feel like, I don't know, it's hard to drive away from psychers when you're demons, because that's kind of their thing. I did like having all the +1 to cast, though. Thousand Suns, the Supreme Command, like, it's good. And it fits into all sorts of lists, so, yeah. But, yeah, where was I going with this? Anyways, so as far as the rest of the list, the Couture Epitome is super strong, ridiculously strong. I think she's pretty much the only reason I was able to hang into that game, and Carlos would probably echo that, because he was ripping me a new one, to be honest. Between her and the Demon Prince, they were able to secure a Hive Tyrant. Then she went in, piled into some Hive Guard. Then she killed all the Hive Guard. Then she killed some unit of guard, yeah, gaunts. She killed a unit of gaunts. She killed the Neurothrope. She killed 10 more Termagaunts. So she killed a total of 20 Termagaunts by herself. And then she also killed the other 4 Hive Guard. And all while hiding in squads of stuff that couldn't really hurt her. And she was just amazing. Super strong model. Like, yeah, totally worth the 200 points. And it did come down to a critical roll at the end that he got 3 wounds through on her with his Hive Guard. So he had to roll at least 7 wounds. and then he rolled 5 wounds, and I got into him and killed him, and yeah, so she was really the reason that I was able to hang in there. I did misplay the bloodletters when I had charged with them, and so I touched his Hive Guard, I touched both Carnifexes, and 2 units of Gaunts, and he rolled really well. And I got really salty because he rolled and I didn't see, and I guess he had hit with his Hive Guard 8 times and rolled 7 wounds. And he's like, "Yeah, you got 7 saves." I was like, "Wait, where did this come from?" So I apologize for that, Carlos, because I was like, "What? Wait." And so I told him, "Yeah, when it comes down to stuff like this, man, make sure you roll it because I was busy pulling models from elsewhere, and he was rolling all these dice, and I didn't know what was going on." So, especially when you roll statistically way above average, and then it's like your opponent really? So I did get a little snappy, so I want to apologize to Carlos for that. We talked about it. I was like, yeah, just make sure you roll. Wait until your opponent's ready, and then you roll. Because that way, if they have questions, you can be like, yeah, see, I did roll this. And then, so yeah, between the Hive Guard and the Carnifexes, which I didn't realize had 4 attacks apiece, and then a few Gaunts got through, he was able to kill 17 of the Bloodletters, with morale, so that left only 3. And then, yes, it stopped the Hive Guard from shooting, and it stopped the Carnifexes from shooting. But talking to him, what I should have done was I should have charged him, killed the Gaunt unit, because I didn't secure the Gaunt unit, because I rolled, even with 22 attacks, I rolled poorly for the wounds, and it left 3 Gaunts left. So I should have charged more into the Gaunts to kill him. I was able to consolidate into the squad with the Contorted Epitome, so my bloodletters would have been safe, and I should have touched just one of the Carnifexes. Maybe, I could argue maybe I should have touched both. Now, the reason why I say that is that he wouldn't have been able to shoot the characters behind the bloodletters anyway, because now I'm standing in the way of his Hive Guard, and then on top of it, the Carnifexes, they can fall back, but they can't shoot. And I just have this wall of bloodletters that can't be touched unless he charges into them. So I should have done the play that way. And then I also would have saved. So he did 5. Yeah, he did 5 wounds after saves with the Hive Guard, which means another 5 would have been alive, which means I would have probably lost 2 less to morale. So I would have had at least 10 left. And I would have secured a kill. So that was a huge, huge misplay on my part. The horrors were amazing. They killed a Hive Tyrant. Took them 2 turns of shooting, but they killed the Hive Tyrant. They killed a Carnifex in close combat somehow. And then they killed a bunch of Gaunts and a bunch of genestealers. So, yeah. So those were definitely the top 2. I kind of feel like I want to find ways to shove horrors into other lists. Just the ability, how many shots they put out, and I did not have a Demon Prince near them for reroll 1s, was just insane. And I almost feel like I want to take the Warlord trait for the reroll 1s to wound too, which is really damn good, because at that point you've pretty much got a lieutenant and you've got a captain sitting next to your horrors. Yes, they're hitting on 4s, but that is a lot of shots. If you got a whole squad of 30, that's 90 shots going into something, wounding on anywhere from 3 to 4 on most things, 5s if it's like a knight. But that number of shots though on a knight will still do some damage. So I don't know, some things to think about. So I did enjoy playing the horrors a lot. So I'd say out of the list, probably the least effective was the bloodletters. Sloppity Bilepiper yet again. Every single game I run him, he never works for me. So I've gotten to the point where I kind of just don't want to run him anymore. I almost feel like just either splurging an extra 35 points for Scrivener, which would have done me just tons more better this game, because he does more damage and he lets the Plague Bearers do more damage. Yes, I know I might not get guys back, but you know what? I just spent 60 points and I didn't get any guys back anyway. And he also did no damage. I think he killed 1 Genestealer and then he died. So there you go. And that tends to be Sloppity Bilepiper in a nutshell for me. So I am of the impression that not every model, you try to net list, you try to play things that other people use and have worked. Not every model works for every person, right? And I think Sloppity Bilepiper is like my guy that doesn't work. So I think I'm done trying to make him work. But we'll see. Chapter approved is right around the corner, and we don't know what's going to get nerfed or whatever. But in the end, though, it was a real close game. Had some things swung left or right, it definitely would have been a different game. You know, we talked about just the fact that if my contorted epitome died to that Overwatch at the end of the game, would have swung the game 3 to 4 points in Carlos's favor, because it would have denied me a kill. He would have tied me on kill more because I would have only killed one thing that turn instead of two. So yeah, it actually would have been a huge swing in the opposite direction. And same thing, he would also have the Hive Guard left to shoot in the following turn. He also had talked about, you know, he put his Karn effects so close, and he didn't realize I was going to charge him with some horrors because I wanted to wrap around to get close enough to the other objective, which gave me the bonus on turn 6, which was yet another point. So, yeah, he learned a lot. I learned a lot. I think we both had pretty good lists. Like I said, I missed shooting in my list, and yeah, so I think I'm gonna stick more towards the shooty side of things. Or if I play a version of this list again, I honestly think I'm not going to take bloodletters. I don't know. I don't know if I just don't jive with them, but and I'm really interested in running some horrors again. So I think I'm gonna go buy a Lord of Change. I think that's yeah, I just got Mortarion for $98. Now I think I need to go find a Lord of Change, and then we'll see what happens. And I'll see you guys here at Heretic Wargaming on our next battle report.